Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
To Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made by actual asexuals. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. Everyone's past, present and future is based on a card drawn from the Deck of Many Things. I am Ellie. I use they, her.
They her.
That's a way of saying it.
To be
It's not
fair,
wrong.
it's not incorrect. I use they, her pronouns, and the reason that my voice is a little bit iffy is because I just had a mouthful of fish cake. I am Ellie. I will be your DM, your demisexual minion. Have we done minion?
You could do mouthful.
Like from the film.
Like from the film, Minions, yeah.
Yeah,
Have,
cool.
have I done it before?
Banana.
Don't think so.
Fantastic.
Banana.
In another way of attempting to reach the youth of today, I will be a minion. And if everyone can introduce themselves, and oh god.
Hi, I'm Anne before Ellie thinks of something.
Wait. Everyone's question. Think fast. If your PC was an art style, what art style would they be?
Oh god.
I don't know any art style.
I know
for
exactly
example,
one,
would
because
be
it's my
pop art as a
favourite.
person.
Hi,
Carry on.
I'm Am, and I play Tosia Atherdale, the party battle master fighter. We both use she, her pronouns, and she is the beefcake of the party. I'm stalling because I'm Googling the art style I'm thinking of.
You can describe it if you like. We'll go.
Post-impressionism, the one with
Just
all the
a
little
little bit.
dots. The one with the little dots.
Oh, like Sunday in the Park with George. Is that the right one? I don't know. I only know things if I relate them to theatre.
Matisse, who did the bridge. No, did he not do? Who did the bridge painting? The nice one of the bridge with all the little dots.
I don't know.
I have googled post-impressionism, and all of the photos that have come up are Van Gogh.
Monet. I mean Monet.
I see.
I mean
Yeah.
Monet.
Oh, Monet.
Monet.
okay.
I knew it began with,
I love
with an
Monet.
M. I'm not very good at visual art. Impressionism.
We
That's
love
the one I like.
we love Monet.
Yeah.
I'm also
thought-
not very good at visual art, so this is the kind of question I would have despised, which I think is maybe mean and unfair of me, but I also don't care.
Tosia is quite traditional, but also a little quirky, a little different, and I think the fun little art style where you just do little dots and it makes a big picture reflects that.
Well, hello, my name is Chloe. I play Raina Riftwood, who is a tabaxi bard and rogue. We both use she, her pronouns. I know nothing about art, like zero. So I'm going to say that Raina is like a chalk painting on the pavement.
Street art!
Aww.
Which
Street
is
art.
not a type of art, but I'm
How
going
No, it
to...
dare
totally
you.
is, though.
It's
Street
the
art.
best form of art.
No, it's great.
it's like
not like
community-
post-impressionism
It's
or
actually
anything.
defacing property. No, I'm kidding.
It's
Nice
actually
one.
a crime.
I'm getting
and I will...
too into character.
Hello, I'm Eiriol. I didn't say it.
She
I didn't say, is
she
it me?
didn't say it.
Is it me?
Am I the drama?
I have an excuse. You don't get to know what that excuse is, though.
It's a surprise.
I am Eiriol. I am playing Delphi, the Growfolk Warlock. I use she, they pronouns, and Delphi uses she, her pronouns. I have genuinely no idea. And I should know because I did an art degree. I should know.
Bonsai. It's to do with making tree bit.
No.
No, yeah, because it's trees.
No. Delphi no.
Delphi's personality is more than
I didn't pick an art
tree.
style
Yeah,
that
like-
was just elephants.
Yeah. It's like what's Todd's favorite
Okay,
form
but
of
like-
art? I love elephant, the art. What's wizard art? That's what.
Oh, is Morgan the
loves.
paintings on 60s vans of like the spray paint of wizards?
I mean, that's rad as heck.
That is
Like, that's
rad.
incredible.
Maybe that's what
but,
Delphi is. She's van
um,
paintings.
No, she's not van paintings. She doesn't like cars. She would not like cars.
Maybe
Even
it's
if they
just
were
because
rad.
maybe it's just because I know you, but I think so. Maybe I'm kind of like putting you on her, but I feel like she could be a sculpture girly,
Oh yeah.
She's definitely a sculpture girly.
like 3-dimensional art. I see.
Yeah, but you know how there's more than one type of 2-dimensional art?
Yeah, I'm setting
We're
you
narrowing
down
it
the path
down.
that you know more about than I do.
Ellie, look, you might not understand art because you did theatre, which isn't really art. I love it. I work in theatre. Like
You do.
this is where.
You did drama A-level. I nearly called you a word I can't say on this podcast.
I know. I heard it. I heard the start of the word. In your... That silence told volumes.
Spoke volumes, did.
I think Delphi likes a lot of art that's based on like color theory and that kind of stuff, but 3-dimensional sculptural art that exploring color, but not in like a bad
Pretentious way.
Self-indulgent.
pretentious way. Yeah, it's like because like a lot of people will just be like, I painted it red and yellow, and that's like incredible. It's like no, they're actually exploring like the way that light moves with our eyes and like how colors come into place and all of this stuff, and like exploring that as a like medium. It's not basically not modernism. I hate modernism because I think it's worthless. At me,
Get in the comments.
find me on Twitter and
Fight her in
at
the
me.
comments.
Yeah. You better
Use the
bring your A
engagement.
game because I hate modernism a lot.
What's modernism again? I mean, I know it's like
Ugly,
modern, but I know there's
bad
Modernism
art.
is like
I'm
the
not sure what
deconstruction of what art is as a genre and being
Is
like
it like
anything
The
can be art if
Fountain?
you.
Oh, I bet you hate
Modernism
Tracy
is
Emin.
the sculptures of nothing. It's the white paintings on a thing. It's all of that stuff. There's some very valuable modernist art, but like generally it's all just a bit pretentious and trying to be a bit pretentious, and like
Okay,
there's
but
only so
counterpoint.
many sculptures
Fascists
of
are
nothing.
still furious about Duchamp's fountain.
I'm not
So
saying
that's the win.
I'm not saying modernism is bad. I think it's just wildly overplayed and doesn't need everything that was explored by modernism has realistically been explored by modernism at this point. If you can find something new and interesting, then great.
Get
but,
him!
like,
Get him!
That's called postmodernism.
anyway, tangent, massive tangent.
Such a big tangent. Katie.
Oh yeah. I forgot we were still doing introductions because we spent so long talking about art. Hi, I'm Katie. I use she or they pronouns. I am playing Morgan. You don't get to know anything about Morgan. You have to listen to find out.
That's how we get them in.
But was the question what they would be if they were an art
Yes.
style, or was the question what is their
What they would
favourite
be if
art
they were an
style?
art style.
So I went to the Tate Modern last year, and there was this like big tower made of like radios and old TVs and stuff that made weird buzzing noises, and it was really wide, and it was something about the Tower of some kind of statement about the Tower of Babel, because they were all like radios tuned to different
Ooh,
languages
fun.
with 100 different
Yeah.
voices all babbling
People
at
are
once.
so creative.
That's cool.
I don't know whatever style that is, but whatever that is.
I think that's modernism.
Alternatively, Degas,
Cool.
because I really like Degas.
Yeah,
I
I don't
realise
know what
saying that
style
now that I
is,
know
but-
absolutely nothing about Degas the person. So if Degas the person is a terrible person, don't quote me on it. I don't know, but the paintings of ballerinas are nice.
We did it.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
That
Get on with it. I think
was
we're doing
a
a heist.
discussion that I actually, you know what? Worth the tangent. Very interesting discussion
Should we
facilitated.
just have an entirely different? We could make 2 podcasts.
No, we couldn't.
Cut each episode in half. Have a D&D podcast and a every other tangent podcast. I
Oh
think
my
we would
God.
be about
Yeah,
same
so
amount of
Ellie,
content.
can you just take all the times we have a tangent and put them in a separate podcast? You know, just quickly.
Yeah, just do a second podcast. Just do the work that you that you do. Do it again.
I'm just saying. I'm saying instead of like editing it down into one audio stream, you edit it down into 2 audio streams and then save them in separate MP3s at the end.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
everything
works.
you don't use in the D&D game, you just rather than deleting it, you move it to a different stream. So there will be like multiple times in which we both curse and just like cough.
The 2 things I'm best at.
Right. What happened last time?
We met some cool
met some
people.
cool people.
Oh no, we do spend too much time together.
Alden Flint and Pikelet.
Like a crumpet.
Pikelet, no surname. Yes, that is correct.
Does Pikelet have a surname?
Crumpet.
Pikelet, no surname. No.
That's probably a microaggression.
How? It's her name.
His name.
His name, my bad.
I think Pikelet is a halfling.
Yes.
And Alwyn is a mermaid? No, I'm making
Like
that up.
a
mermaid?
sea elf, I think.
Oh, yes.
Self.
Eiriol, I swear to God.
I mean, she is a self, I guess. But,
Yeah.
Do you remember what you discussed when you met these 2 people?
We're gonna break in.
They work for-
Electricity ghosts! Electricity ghosts! The ghosts are in the water supply, and by water I mean electricity.
We're gonna do some B&E.
They worked for the grid essentially, and they were like, we changed over all of the stuff a little while back because the higher ups were like, we need to have a different source of electricity, and then everything went freaky.
And
So,
we
yeah.
don't know what that source was, I don't think. They're
No.
like, they don't know.
B&E.
B&E.
We're going to do some breaking and entering.
When
Yes.
you said
Find
that
out
they
what the
worked
source
for
is.
the power supply, I did think you were talking about the ghosts, and I was like, that's a bold way of
ghosts?
like.
I did breathe. I think
Work for the
we all
government.
breathed a collective sigh of relief when we realised that we wouldn't have to go into the massive electricity cloud. We were like, oh, we could just do the power plant, fine.
Oh, yeah, we spent quite a while distracted because we misheard Ellie.
Oh my God,
Yeah, and
yes!
then refused to correct us.
Yeah.
She did eventually correct us after we'd...
In character
I
as an
After we
NPC.
said, wait, Ellie, was it meant to be this? Did we mishear you as real life
No,
people?
you did not ask me that. You went, we could have misheard, we don't know, and I said nothing. Immersion.
Yeah.
Immersion.
Is it immersion, or is it
Immersion.
you having a chuckle at our expense?
Immersion.
If we'd
It's
actually
totally
gone
a
on a
prank.
quest to the middle of the cloud, I'd like to think that you'd have spoken up. But,
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I was like, I could do a whole tangent where they like go and like explore the cloud, but this is already a 60 episode long podcast. There's like plot to do.
Nah.
Nah.
Plot?
we already had a tangent on the
Cloud.
island.
Plot, I hardly know her.
Who needs plot?
Who needs plot?
I do. Let's play. Yeah.
Heist.
So yeah, so we left off with you guys in the pub with Olwyn and Pikelet, I think Pikelet said to you, or signed to you, could the ghost have been saying underground?
And then we all went furious.
Yes.
So we're back in media res now.
Olwen kind of looks across at Pikelet and says, underground.
No, I don't think that's right, actually. It definitely was, like, definitely 100%, I'm certain.
Are you sure?
Must be the clouds. Cool, let's ignore that entirely.
Because it was all echoey. Like, it was a really good, like, weird sounding effect of echoing.
Yeah, and that would make it really easy to mishear someone.
Yeah.
I suppose
Thank
so.
you for appreciating my editing.
It would make it really hard to easy to mishear someone, but we didn't, so it must
Exactly,
be
we got
that.
it 100% right.
How do you know that?
I mean,
Delphi goes, I just know.
I do think the ghost had some slightly poor grammar. If it's saying under clouds or something. Under clock or whatever it might have been.
I mean, underground would
Underground makes sense, though.
make more sense. Yeah.
I mean, that's where the power comes from. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to believe that they could have been saying ground.
So how do you get power from the ground?
Oh, as in like the power grid, the buildings are all underneath the city.
Wait, there are buildings underneath the ground.
Yup.
Yeah, it's called basements.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see this one to believe her.
No, it's like you dig a hole and then you put a lid on the hole.
Yeah, nah, I'm not sure about
I'm
this.
going to proceed to give Delphi a very in-depth explanation of how Gymaris works, which is like the cities in Mortal Engines.
No. I know about Gymaris.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we have
That's fine.
buildings on top of buildings there. Because it's like round.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we have buildings on top of
Yeah.
buildings. Don't have buildings under the ground.
Oh yeah, you just dig a hole, like you know, like a cave. Have you
Yeah,
ever
but
been
that's
in a
not a
cave?
building.
Yeah, but you can imagine how it.
That's a hole.
Yeah, and if you put a lid on the hole, it would be a.
That's still a hole. There's a hole with a lid on it.
You
I
could
hate to
build
break it to you. Morgan, I know you're clever, but I think you've gotten confused between holes and buildings.
Yeah, but if you build
You know
a
they don't
building
dig
in a
out
hole.
the buildings from the earth. They have to
if you
build...
wait, no.
Okay, fine.
Morgan's like pulling out paper to make diagrams.
We're not going into buildings underground. We're going into holes. Delphi? Does this help?
Yeah, I mean, why didn't you say that in the first...
Cool. Let's move on.
Right. Anyway, well, look, if we need to get underground, then we need to get past the guards, and I don't know. I most of the work that we do is above ground with, you know, the power lines and stuff. I haven't been in the building itself. I think it's pretty high clearance, so...
Who would have the
I
clearance?
mean,
We have a permit to kind of do whatever we want, and if they don't let us in, I have a hammer.
If we asked her, can we go in? She'd be like, no, right?
Then we break in.
I'm
but then
sorry,
we tipped our hat.
Lyra Opulensis?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot mention this to her.
Hammer it is.
Yeah, that would tip our hand. She'd up the guards or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
If it is a sneaky plot, and that she's in charge of the sneaky plot, then she'll just say no and asking will do no good. Or if she's not in charge of the sneaky plot, then she'll forgive us for breaking in later.
I don't know, these elves are pretty. He kind of like waves her hand to indicate different.
No.
But, I mean, you're right, Toz. Yeah, we've basically got permit to do whatever we like. Wink, wink.
That's true, we could just claim it was a simple misunderstanding and the guards attacked us first. Raina, you're a genius.
Exactly.
Or we could just not attack, we could sneak.
I'm sorry. Can we rewind a little bit? Why do you have infinite clearance to do whatever you want?
Oh, Lyra Opulensis
so
hired
we're-
us to get the ghosts.
No, she didn't hire us. There's a coalition between a bunch of cities because there's all sorts of weirdness going on, like ghosts and other stuff. And that coalition of cities put together a team to deal with the weirdness, and we're that team.
Yeah, we were hired to deal with the
But if
ghosts.
Lyra is secretly causing some of the weirdness, then it's we're not going to just ignore that. But yeah, our boss Bastet is not going to be... But yeah, we've got kind of permission to do what we want, and Bastet will back us up.
Also,
Well, Bastet doesn't particularly want us to get arrested, so there is that.
Well, no, like, if we can minimise the trouble, she would appreciate that. But if it's what we have to do to solve the problem, then it's what we've got to do to solve the problem.
also, like, if Lyra Opulensis is causing the ghosts, it would be weird of her to not put up more barriers to having the Arroways team look into it super respectfully. I mean, maybe she thinks we're...
Yeah, she didn't give us any red herrings or
No,
anything.
exactly.
That we know of. Oh, she might have given us red herrings.
Morgan, I hate to break it to you again, but red herrings don't exist.
It's a turtle phrase. It means a fake clue. Like telling you a false thing to get you to go in
Sure
the
it does,
direction.
Morgan. Alright.
Unless there's something
It's
completely
okay.
different.
We
that-
get it.
Do we need to chill out for the evening before we go and investigate this sort of generation area, or do you guys think we're good to sort of go check it out sooner rather than later?
I would say we have. I mean, I'll double check the numbers, but I have a feeling that they do a guard changeover at some point in the evening. So, Pikelet, do you remember? And Pikelet signs, maybe like 11 or 12? Okay, 11 or 12. So we've got like 2 to 3 hours before we can get down there and reasonably expect to be able to get in one way or another.
Okay.
I mean, we can have a little look and see if we can find some info, reach out to our contacts in the meantime and see if we can get any more info on how to get in.
How guarded is it? Is it like guarded, or is it like two guys with torches?
That I don't know. I think we'll have to look into that. But I would say, I mean, my suspicion would be that if it's got to be heavily guarded, right? Or if it's not heavily guarded, it's difficult to get into.
I mean, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Look, we've done lots of work around this area, but obviously we've not really done anything like this before. So if you guys have any like expertise or want to like come up with,
You mean by about breaking and entering?
yeah,
I mean, we've broken and entered into at least 1 or 2 places.
Definitely
before, right?
2.
We've done that before.
I
The
might-
factory,
And the mansion.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we break into the mansion?
Or did we just walk in?
It was. We
Well,
broke into
anyway.
somewhere with very lax security.
I can make people extremely invisible, so
I can make people extremely dead.
I
Well,
thought you
no,
were
I
going to
was
say
that-
extremely visible.
I mean, there is that too. Yeah. So you two wanted to come along?
yeah. I mean, that would be look.
Do you
like,
two have any skills of sneaking or fighting?
well, I'm more of the fighter than Pikelet. He's a little on the weedier side, and Pikelet signs very angrily at her, but also Raina, you catch Pikelet saying, "But I'm pretty handy with a lock myself, so we should be able to get in with little trouble." And Olwen says, "So I'm kind of I'm a tinkerer by trade, I suppose. I know how to engineer some stuff. I don't know if that'll come in useful, but
Well, if we're going to try and figure out some complicated machine that's doing something, then sounds like having someone who knows about that'll be pretty useful.
Yeah, we love a machine
that's kind of
guy.
why I want to get down there." What?
Oh, we love a machine guy.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Anything else to add, Morgan?
No, just saying.
Shift my grip on my hammer and make intense eye contact with her.
Olwen and Pikelet exchange knowing glances. Yeah, so we'd like to be there because, well, frankly, this is affecting us more than it's affecting you guys, and whatever is going on, we want to get to the bottom of it. So the plan is come down there with you, and then also, you know, it might need an electrician to fix whatever the problem is. In which case, you need one of us down there.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, sure.
In terms of where the entrance to the power station or the power plant is, Olwen kind of like picks up a napkin and starts kind of doing a little sketch of like a very rudimentary map of the city and puts a like big X where you guys are on the docks. And then she kind of like draws a little like path and is like, so if you go up past the government district, there's like a big old kind of overhanging part on the cliff side, and there should be a path down the cliff edge, and then I think the entrance is somewhere along the cliff side.
So wait, like on the cliff itself?
Yeah.
That's okay, interesting.
In that case, it might not be very well guarded. It's tricky to get to in the first place.
That's
Well,
true.
you see, there's this thing that most people cannot do, but I can do.
Oh, could you explain to us what it is, Morgan?
Is it teleport?
It's not teleporting, my friend Raina. It is not teleporting.
Is it something to do with those? Owen points at your wings.
Correct. 10 out of 10 points.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Okay, well that could definitely be useful. Obviously, we need to get all of us down here, and this chair is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I could probably pick up Raina, but I don't think I could pick up any of the rest of you. Oh no, I think I could pick up Pikelet.
Pikelet does not look enthused at the thought of this.
Oh no, I'm not like... Yeah, the chances of me lifting tons with all of her armour on is pretty low, so,
I can use my hammer as a grappling hook and have one of our friends on my back.
Okay, let's try and think about slightly more...
Alternatively, I have a grappling hook.
Also useful.
Or we could think about slightly more ergonomic solutions.
Yeah, I'll vote for that.
Delphi can levitate.
I don't love the idea.
Well, that's one
Morgan.
down.
I mean, if you think it's our best option, fine. You're the smart one. But I don't love the idea of you using a significant portion of your magic when we are about to go into somewhere potentially quite dangerous.
I have a lot of lower level
okay,
spells.
if you feel good about
I can
getting us all
levitate
up there and
people.
not running dry, then that's fine.
Well, I'm not saying like everyone. If you have something useful that you can do, then
climb
that would
up
be,
rope.
We can always.
Yeah, but I'm saying I can do some
send
levitating.
one of us up and then drop down a rope.
Also, we're being stupid. The guards have to get in somehow, and presumably they're not levitating every time. That would be a lot of waste of effort. Let's get in how the guards get in. There's a path.
Yeah, there must
there's
be.
A path. It might be steps though,
That
which
would
would
suck.
be quite annoying.
While Owen and Pikelet are asking their contacts and stuff, we can go and take a distance look at this entrance or whatever and figure out how we're going to get up there.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just scout it out.
To be honest, if you follow the coastline, you should be able to get around to it with relatively easily.
Cool. Let's do that.
There we go.
So we're going to meet up somewhere
right,
in
of
the
course.
vicinity.
If you want to meet us, if you want to meet us at Mercy Point in 2 hours, so it's the point of the coastline. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, I can see where you pointed on the map.
We'll do our best to figure out what we need to do next, and if you guys can have a stakeout and have a little plan, that would be amazing.
Sounds good to me.
Of course.
And if we turn up in 2 hours and the police are there, I will personally hunt you down and kill you all.
Nice.
Yep, sure, that's fair. We'll try not to do that. Now, bring whatever tools you might need, and bring any weaponry you might have if you know how to use it.
Oh,
Don't
I mean,
bring
that's
weapons if
actually
you
a
don't know how to
good
use
point.
them.
I have a limited supply of stuff that I can kind of prep in the meantime. Out of these kind of 6 things, which 3 would you think I'm gonna need the most? I've got... Oh, well, I mean...
Sorry, that was an out-of-character laugh about artificer infusions.
I know what I'm going to be equipping for one thing, which is I completely forgot I modded this to the chair. I've got a little teleportation thing, so I'll do that. That's the one. Do you think we're going to need to see in the dark?
I don't think we'll need to
I
be able
have
to see in the
dark
dark because it's a facility that's operated by people, so presumably they'll have lights.
Elves probably all
Okay.
have dark vision, though. If it's all elves, they might not all be elves.
I mean, we
don't
can
know.
bring light.
Yeah, we
That's
can
fine.
just bring lights.
Okay, yeah, so I've got that, which I won't do. Then I've got my weapon, which I'm definitely going to keep. And then it's just a case of whether you think it would be best if I have something that reliably makes me just slightly better at stuff, be able to do more spells, or have slightly stronger armor.
I would say stuff that makes you better at spells, if you have a choice.
So I've got this little thing here, and she pulls out a little pocket watch. And basically, it just means that when I kind of click the stopper at the top, I can ensure that however I kind of, whatever I'm doing, I will definitely get a very average result, but I can only do it once.
I think that might be useful.
Okay. Awesome. I'll bring that then.
I would have thought something that makes it a bit harder to, if something does go badly, then we want to make sure that you don't get hurt.
Yeah, that too. That would be helpful. Alright, awesome. I'll bring this then. And I will get my weapon prepped.
Right.
Alrighty, we'll see you in 2 hours, okay?
See you then.
All right.
Yeah, so those two head out. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna go stake out the location.
Hello everyone, it's me, Chloe. I hope that you enjoy listening to our story just as much as we enjoy telling it. If you do, please consider supporting us monetarily so that we can continue to make the awesome content that you enjoy. The best way to do this is by joining our Patreon, where you can get access to rewards such as a shout out on the podcast, DM notes from Ellie, the opportunity to name an NPC, and much more. You'll also get access to our super cool patron-only Discord. You can find that at patreon.com/deckofmanyaces. Of course, if you don't want to give money every month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which can be found at supporter.acast.com/deckofmanyaces. Our content is free to access and always will be. But anything that you can give is greatly appreciated, as it helps us to grow and improve the podcast and give our cast a little something for their time and effort. And if you don't want to or can't give us any money right now, hey, you're still super uber mega cool because you're listening to us.
Today's promo is for Wing Women. Wing Women are a super cool, queer-led, semi-historical, award-winning TTRPG podcast based on the real-life Night Witches, all-women pilots of Russia's 588th Night Bomber Aviation Regiment in World War II. You can find them wherever you find your good podcasts or on Twitter at Wing Women Pod. Roll the trailer!
Incoming message coming from the 588.
Good morning, recruits. Welcome to hell.
This is basic training. No one's supposed to die.
Wing Women is a semi-historical actual play podcast.
Have you pissed anyone off recently?
No one I can think of. While I run through the bulleted indexed list of people we've pissed off in the last couple of days.
They endure discrimination from their male counterparts.
All of your beds have been carried out of the nurse's station and placed in the middle of the jogging track.
I don't think it was Ivan. He's weak.
Against this bitter setting, our four motley heroines gain the chance to experience queer joy, gender euphoria, and equality for the first and perhaps the only time in their lives.
How obvious am I being?
See, I've kind of always thought that there is a level to some of us in this barracks that's visible.
Have you been using the word shenanigans?
I've been experimenting.
Where did you learn that word?
Until the next mission, this is us, signing off.
I don't want to leave at the same time that they are leaving. I want us to wait a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
And
That's fine.
head off.
They're gonna go and do something important, right? So, yep. Is there anything else we can prep except for going to look about? I'm not sure there is.
Not without taking a short rest. I don't think we really got long enough to do that. And
We
scare
did
out
take
the
a short
place.
rest before coming here.
Yes,
Yeah,
we did. This
you
is
did.
true.
You did. So, if you guys head out, you can see with the map that Olwen has drawn for you that you just need to kind of head left when you get to the sort of the water's edge, and then just keep going, and that should take you around to the place. I'm just, give me 1 second. I just remembered that I need to do something.
Prepping oh no, we don't have battle maps.
Alright, so you guys head along
Sneakily.
sneakily.
Yeah.
Are you explicitly doing it sneakily?
Yes.
Can I get you all to roll stealth checks then?
Well, I am. I don't know about everyone else.
I can roll a stealth check, but I can guarantee you, no matter what I roll, there's no way I'm doing this sneakily unless I crit.
24.
Oh, I crit!
My god. What?
Yeah!
Amazing!
My longest John's dice have such a sense of humour, girl.
They are incredible. Unparalleled.
Yeah, so I suppose appropriately considering where we are, I did roll a 3
Okay.
plus 4.
Okay.
7.
Could be worse.
It's a group check, and Raina and I did good.
Yeah, but
Yes.
so this is the type of like we are unobtrusive normal people type of role, not
Sneaky,
the
sneaky.
we are literally
Yeah,
invisible
exactly.
type of role, right? Which makes sense. I would not be that great at that.
Delphi got a 15.
Yay!
Nice,
Good
okay.
job, team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you all managed to kind of like exit the pub and saunter your way down looking very casual and not suspicious at all. Morgan does like knock someone with her wing on the way out, and so gets a couple of very disgruntled glares. But luckily, maybe because you're in a group, people don't like kind of push it or try and like give you any trouble or anything like that. So you're heading along. It's like a decent walk, so sort of 30-45 minutes. Eventually you come to a beach. This is kind of it's facing out to sea rather than out towards the sort of mouth of the river and the bridge and the scary cloud. Obviously, by this point, it's super dark. Who has dark vision?
Me.
I think I do.
I've got dark vision.
One of us doesn't, and I can never remember who it is.
I think
don't.
it might be. I also
There it
don't
is.
have dark vision.
Tosia and Delphi, it's pretty dark, as it would be on a beach.
Hold my hand, Tosia.
It's not like pitch black, like the moon is out, you can see stuff, it's just not very clear. Whereas obviously for Raina and Morgan, it's much sharper and much more clarity. You can kind of see. Actually, can I get all of you to roll?
Deception?
Yeah, investigation checks. And
That's the thing. I'm
Tosia
good at.
and Eiriol roll with disadvantage.
I
Oh, we get to roll with advantage.
roll
Disadvantage.
that one.
Disadvantage, buddy.
Oh, okay, cool. Still 21.
11.
Wow.
11.
15.
I also got a 21.
Nice.
Who needs to see in the dark now?
So all of you can see on the cliffside that there is a set of stairs from Mercy Point, actually, the place where Olwen asked you to meet. There's a set of stairs carved into the cliffside that goes down onto a platform. All of you can see this because they are lit with like kind of tiny lanterns along the way, along the sort of staircase. Raina, you can see, everyone but Toz sees that the kind of entranceway is guarded by 3 guards and just looks like a sort of plain old bolted door.
And that's
above,
sort of below us,
above.
right?
So, because you're on a
Above
beach
us.
at the moment.
Okay.
Are the guards just like
Right.
standing there, or are they patrolling, or what are they doing?
So I would say Eiriol, Delphi definitely couldn't see this in detail because like it's too far for him to see in the dark, but the other 2 of you can see they're just stood outside. They're chatting, and kind of, you know, pretty casual. They don't seem to be super alert.
Is there anyone else around on the
funny
beach?
you should say that. Both Morgan and Delphi, you realise. So Morgan, you see with your keen eyesight, and Delphi, you notice because you are like you kind of hear the sound of running water, and you can see that there's like, as there are on beaches, there are a couple of little streams washing out into the sea. There is a sort of significantly larger, almost what seems to be a small river running into the ocean, and as you kind of follow the river up, you can see that it's coming from the cliff face. And as you kind of look in the entryway, they haven't spotted you because you're all being so stealthy, but there are 2 guards positioned on either side of this as well. So it's like of the river. So it's a cave
Of the river.
Oh, I'm not doing very well at visual storytelling this evening.
You don't have to do it if you can't do it.
Well, I do, because I have standards. It's a cave. It's a cave. Out of the cave is coming a river, some water runoff, and there are 2 guards stood on either side of the cave as well, who have not spotted you yet.
Does one only tell lies?
Boo.
Well, I think we will wait here and we watch.
Yeah, I guess unless there's anything else that we want to kind of go and find, the best thing we can do is watch the guards' behaviour for the next hour or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to do. I'm speaking quietly, but there's nothing that I'm going to be better at if we wait or prepare otherwise.
I mean, we can watch them for an hour, but how much are they going to change within that hour?
Well, we don't know, that's the point.
Well, we don't know, and also what's going to change within that hour is that our people who we're going to go in with are going to arrive. That's why we need to wait.
I see, yeah.
You watch these guards. See, Raina and Morgan can see the ones up ahead, and Delphi can see and presumably you let Toz know, can see the ones that are a bit closer. The ones up ahead on the cliffside are all kind of just chatting, hanging out. The ones who are on the beach itself are a little bit quieter, mostly because they're kind of stationed apart from each other. All of them look equally bored. None of them seem like it seems like a pretty boring job. At one point, one of the guards on the beach hears something off in the distance and goes to investigate. And Delphi, you know that the other guard who is stood there is weak-willed and would probably accept a bribe.
Nice.
And then the guard who went off to investigate comes back and resumes their post.
Okay. You know what also people who are weak-willed often do? They don't take well to threats.
You guys are just the bad guys.
No!
Never.
No, we're fine.
No, we're not.
I've been trying to tell you all along.
You are
It's an empty threat.
You are government.
Look, threats cost a lot less than bribes.
You are government-sponsored thugs. Like.
And no, we are trying to investigate government chicanery.
And bribes are very expensive. Delphi will say, the one that didn't leave, we can bribe him.
That's an idea I hadn't considered.
But that doesn't entirely help with the doors.
Can we bribe him?
Well, we wouldn't need to open the door if we're going in the
Can we bribe
cave.
him more to open the door?
I mean, I can hit it a bunch of times with a massive
But there were the
hand.
other guards. The other guards are next to the doors, right? Or have I misunderstood?
Which doors?
The entrance.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we'd have to bribe that guard and then somehow get past the guard by the entrance anyway.
I think it was implied that we could get in through the cave where the water's coming out.
Oh,
Yeah. That is the implication.
Okay.
That is the implication.
Lush.
There's like the entrance and then there's like the back door.
Delphi's not up this late usually, so it's very out of it. That's the excuse I'm giving.
That's more like the shipping exit, I think.
Well, I think that's a really good idea. Problem is, there's two of them. Do you think they'll both take a bribe?
No, just that one.
Why that one?
I don't know. Seems bribable.
Okay, well, that's not very much to go on, Delphi.
I do have a thought. Which is...
What is it?
Not to particularly be impolite to anyone here, but do any of us know what an appropriate amount to offer as a bribe is?
Ellie.
Let's ask.
I might do, actually. I might
That's
do.
not... I know enough to know
I
that's
roll to
not
know
how
if I
you
know what
operate
the-
Delphi. You don't go, how much money do you want? That's not what you do.
Hey, Webster, as someone who has grown up on this end of the continent around people who do shady business deals and bribery, how much is an appropriate amount to bribe a person?
That's a good question, and you would definitely know the answer. I'm trying to remember. I hate fantasy currency. Fantasy currency and measurements can die in a hole. Everything else is very fun. Gods?
We could go and do everything in pounds, if you like. Pounds sterling.
Yeah, that would be...
I always find it easier to kind of visualize by comparing to like how much money it is for a meal and things.
Yeah.
Which is like 1 silver piece.
Yeah,
for a
but I
decent
think
meal
we run into the problem here of, in real life, we don't know how much a bribe is.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I know,
So
but
we
I
can
was
be
just-
like, how much does a meal cost in a it costs about this
Maybe
much. How much does a bribe cost?
We
It's like,
can...
I think...
I meant like just generally, obviously not in this context.
So I think, Morgan, you would say you probably like start at like 50 to 70 gold.
Maybe
All right.
we can sweeten
That's
the
within
deal
our
Oh yeah.
and
budget.
make it look like very gently, obviously, but beat him up like a little bit so that he doesn't lose his job.
I don't know if that's sweetening the deal. I feel like
if
that's
I was taking
assault.
a bribe, I would like it to look like
Unsweetening.
I had put up a fight. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, I would rather
I think the
avoid...
point is that they don't get caught.
Yeah, so we'll be very gentle.
Delphi,
But No,
while this,
I'm not doing this.
While this conversation is happening, can I just get you to make a quick con save for me?
Oh, I love it. That's an 11.
Okay.
I love mystical saves out of
just-
Cool.
nowhere.
I don't get to know anything about that, right?
You're just gonna take 7 damage. Your arm really, really hurts.
Lush. Ignoring that, I accidentally didn't delete the 10, so I now have a 436 health. Slightly too high.
Do you think
Cool.
we'd notice, Delphi?
No, Delphi stands there completely normally.
Do a
No,
performance
this isn't
check.
performance. Delphi's just like this.
Well, what's everyone's passive insight?
Not great.
Oh, probably terrible. What's it? 8 plus your insight or something? Is it?
I think it's 10 plus your insight.
No,
Yeah,
that
it's
can't
10
be
plus
right.
your insight.
11.
10 plus. I'm getting confused with what's it saving?
Minus
Right,
13.
rolls. I've got my 1 to insight. My God, I've got 1 entire point to
So
insight.
11. Yeah, none of you notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I feel like it's a thing of you're both trying to read Delphi being in pain, and like they're a growth and they're just weird. So it's like you don't know whether the reaction is just like them doing something or like them being in pain, like or just like, and then on top of that, they're not a similar species to you.
Or saying anything about it.
Right, well, I would rather avoid the violence if we can. So, How are we gonna?
I mean, we can always escalate to violence
yes.
if necessary. Trying with bribery is a good
How are we
first
gonna
step.
get them on there?
That's what my mother always used to say.
Bribe first, murder later.
How are we gonna get them on their own?
I also had a thought, which is that there is going to be a shift change right before or after we enter, and so we're going to have quite a short window to get inside the building once we've bribed this person, and the rest of our team, very crucially, aren't here yet.
The rest of our team also, one of whom is probably not going to be up for wading through a river.
There
was a
is
levitation
like
option,
walkways. There is walkways. There are walkways on like either
okay.
side
So
of the river.
Okay, so it is like a
So,
canal.
Ellie,
that
how
goes
much
into
time
the
has
cave
passed?
then.
Just because I'm saying if we're waiting another 2 hours for them, it makes no sense for us to get rid of one guard now.
Well, it depends whether you want to go off.
My
go
assumption
rogue.
is that rather than like getting rid of the guard, we would wait until the other guard went away, like happened before, or make a distraction to get them, one of them to go away like before, and then bribe the other one.
Okay, that sounds good. No, I was just checking what the plan was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might be able to help with a distraction.
Ominous. I love it.
Let's say you're due to meet the other two in like 20 minutes. That's a decent amount of enough time to have passed. They told you to meet you at Mercy Point, which is not far from where you guys. Are you guys just gonna meet them?
I don't think we're gonna ignore them. I think we're gonna go for the plan. They're cool. We like them.
Alwyn says, "All right, so we've had a little chat, and apparently there's a shift change in about 15 minutes. So from what info I could get, it sounds like the outside isn't like super high security, but there's things in place. Yeah, there's things in place. Not guards. The guy I was talking to wouldn't tell me any more, but just that
like
there
traps?
are measures in place to kind of prevent people from getting in if they don't know their way around. So it sounds like this will be the easy bit. What have you found?
Well,
bribe that one. Points at the one.
Apparently.
Right. I mean, are you sure that's a good idea? Because like if they don't want to take the bribe, then we kind of
No, we can do it.
Well, either we fight them and then we fight them, or we bribe them, they say no, and then we fight them, or we bribe them and it works.
All right. Okay.
We've done a lot more with a lot less.
Well, we can make a distraction to get rid of the other
So
one.
where do you think is far enough that we can lead them away?
What are you doing?
Just, just an illusion. Is all. I can only go 30 feet away though, so it's going to have to be that far.
Right.
How far away does it need to be? There's a maximum of 30 feet.
I mean, sure. Yeah. I don't know.
If you can sneak up quite close to the... You're reasonably sneaky. If you can sneak up close-ish to the... where we need the illusion to be, and then sneak past the guard while the rest of us
I can do that, yeah.
He's paying.
Before we do this, can I suggest we could just throw something heavy that will make a sound?
That's true, I can't make a sound. Unless I myself make a sound, and then I will be the distraction.
And we can, I guess, Taz, you can throw something further than 30 feet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But they're not going to go and check it out.
Wait, no.
They don't see anything. They're just going to look and they're going to hear a sound.
Delphi takes out the weird time bag thing and reaches into it and pulls out a bell that they remember from somewhere and then hands it to them.
Nice.
I completely forgot you had that.
Nice. It gets used.
It got used.
It gets
It's a shame because it's massively overpowered.
Excuse you, I use mine all the time.
I
You just
know.
don't hear it.
No, I know, but like Eiriol's was the one kind of like really rogue thing that like I didn't know if it would get any use in game, and it hasn't so far. So I'm really glad that it has now.
Yay!
Yay! A bell. Can you tell us what the bell looks like and where it is from?
Oh my god, Ellie!
What?
It's just, I already said it's just a generic bell!
Storytelling! Flavour!
It is a it's like, I don't know. It's a bell that they saw in Catgill City that was on like the what's it called? Like a door thingy, you know, a doorbell thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
The one that, in a shop when you open it and it.
She stole a doorbell.
No, it goes back.
Oh yeah, right.
It's a very small slither of time stretched out now.
Yeah. So you, as you reach into the,
that's how
into the bag,
that works.
Like you grab the ringy bit so that it doesn't like make a load of noise as you pull it out the bag, and it is just this sort of small brass bell. What are you doing with it?
I hand it to Charles.
Yeah, I'll give it a throw.
You realise it's gonna start ringing where you guys are.
Can I wedge
You know?
Can I wedge a little rock in between the clapper and the sides that will fall out as I throw it?
Yeah, give me like a straight luck check because this is like wild. Or unless there's a skill that you think that this applies.
I think sleight of
No,
hand would apply to this.
Before you wedge a rock in there, can Delphi pull something else out of the bag that would be better than a rock?
Oh my
That's
god.
the question.
The best rock in
Delphi
the
started
world.
pulling out more bells.
I can't.
A clown horn that makes a honking noise when it lands.
What the rules are around the bag.
I don't think there were any.
The bag.
I think we had to have we had to be able to remember it. It had to exist. It was mundane. And it had to be, like, relatively small.
And it couldn't be money, I remember that much.
Yeah, and it can't be, like, money and that kind of stuff. It's just...
Oh!
It's, like,
I'm
random assorted
I'll take the bag
objects.
from Delphi, and I will pull out a bottle of very nice Loxodon whiskey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay.
And Delphi goes, that will disappear in an hour. You know that,
I know,
right?
and it's a tragedy. I'm going to look over to where the cliff face is.
But also, even if you drink it, it will disappear in an hour.
I'm going to look over to where the cliff face is and chuck the thin glass against the rock.
Alright,
Okay.
nice. Give me a strength or a dex roll.
I'm going to say also, before I roll this dice, they're probably... I'm envisioning it being like the other side of the beach to where we are, so they will not go in our direction. I'm not just like smashing it on a rock near me.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Okay, and what am I doing?
Strength or dex?
It's going to be strength.
Gonna be strength.
That is a 12 plus 4, a 16.
Nice. Okay, so you lob it like a good, I don't know, more than 30 feet away, and it makes a very satisfying crash against the rocks. The guards you can see the guards kind of look at each other. You can hear sort of like them talking to each other, and then the guy who went out to have a little investigate before leaves, and the other guard is left on his own.
I want to go sneaky. I want to sneak up behind him.
Oh, okay, awesome. Roll me a stealth check, and I will contest it with deception.
Raina just murders them, like, straight out, like...
27.
Well, this guy rolled a 10, so that's a... you become one with the shadows as you sneak.
Yeah, I do.
She is the
as
knight.
you sneak past, like, behind this guy. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm making gestures at Tozia in a pull out your money
Tozia
kind
gestures
of
back
way.
like, why are we using my money? I'm not the party bank.
That's a really complicated sentence to gesture.
I think I could believably do it.
Morgan gestures at her, like, wizarding components. Like, I've got
Yeah, I point at
things
Delphi.
to spend my money on.
Delphi goes, what are you doing? Let's go!
In conclusion, I'm doing the bribing while these lot
Yeah.
Yeah, the person with the high charisma.
We're not bribing anyone if we're not there.
Yeah, so Raina, what are you doing?
I want to sneak up behind him and I was going to say in as least threatening way as possible, but there's just no way of doing that. I'm going to like put a hand over his mouth and like put it behind him and be like,
Take the knife out.
I mean, I was gonna get the knife out, maybe. Do you guys think I should get the knife out?
No, don't get the knife out
I
yet.
mean, we don't get a say in this. You're on your own.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the knife out and hope that it's gonna be fine. And I'll just be like, shh, I just want to talk.
He's gonna try and throw you off him.
Fair enough.
So it's gonna be a contested strength check.
I'm not good at that.
That's an 18.
Oh no. 6.
Oof. Okay, so he throws
Time
you
to kill
off
some
easily.
guys.
But you land with cat-like agility.
You land with cat-like agility. Yeah, like a very unnervingly close to the running water. Oh God! Why did you do this? Why did you make
I'll like reach I will like reach for my like gold pouch or whatever, just to kind of indicate, and I'll be like, look. Just thought you might want to make a little bit on the side, you know? Sound good?
I think like he's too stressed out by the fact that you just like snuck up on him and like without even kind of thinking about it is like ah!
Oh, you idiot.
The other guard kind of like looks up from where they were looking at the bottle. And is like, everything all right?
I like gesture at him like shh, and like shake the money.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on, dice. 17.
We'll end the episode there.
Yay!
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. Thanks to our patrons Piers Wilkinson, Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, and EK Green for their continued support. If you love what we do here, please consider leaving us a review on the podcasting platform. on the podcasting platform of your choice. If you can't, you can use our Podchaser page, which is podchaser.com/Deck of Many Aces. We really appreciate it, and we read every review that is left for us, so yeah, if you can, we'd love that. Thank you! You can find us on social media at Deck of Many Aces on Twitter and Instagram, and deckofmanyaces.tumblr.com on Tumblr. You can also reach us by email at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. If you love the music on the show, you can listen to almost the entirety of the original soundtrack on the music streaming platform of your choice, including Apple Music and Spotify. All of it is written by the lovely Chloe Elliott, who is available for commission if you have any composing needs. Where else can you find us on the internet? Good question, we're everywhere. The best place to find us all together is on Rendezvous with Destiny, where we've got Am and Chloe playing a Bite Marks actual play podcast. We've also got Am on the Date Night Drive-In with her partner Will. Chloe is on Twitch at Chloe_with_the_flow, and we'll let you know about any other podcasts that we're a part of as they develop. As Chloe mentioned earlier, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces. There are a variety of tiers that you can join up for. We've really appreciated the support that we've had so far with the Patreon. There's loads of kind of cool extra content, or if you just want to ping us a small monthly donation, then you also get access to our Discord, where we randomly post stuff in the middle of recording without context that you get to read back later and be like, that's what that was about. If you can't manage a monthly donation, that is totally fine. We also have the Acast supporter link. That's supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces. That's like an online tip jar for a one-off donation. Of course, you are not obligated to pay us at all. We are a free podcast and we always will be. And if if you can't support us financially, then supporting us on social media and by leaving a review is also fantastic. That's all from me. It's been a big one. Have an ace week. Bye!